が敵を食らう
What's up, everyone? Icemanisaac here, back with another episode of Overwatch and Learn. Hey, sorry for being a couple days behind on this episode, but as you can tell, I've been hard at work building this new intro that you just saw, and I've also been setting up my new stream with the Elgato HD60 Pro. That's right, boys, I finally got it. What you've just been looking at is the intro for my stream, and then I've also set up to where I can now have overlays whenever I'm playing Overwatch. So not only is my quality higher, but I can give credit to, some of the recent followers like King Gray. And if you look up in the top left, I even have those pop-up notifications that you're seeing on these high-dollar streams. I've got recent subscribers. We can give some credit down to Mike down below. He's our most recent subscriber. And then we can even have some donation notifications up in the top left as well. Virus Rectify is still topping the charts. Thanks again for that, brother. We also have some people who have been hosting me. They have Twitch channels of themselves, and they've been sending them my way. I think that's really awesome. I look forward to paying it forward to a new streamer sometime soon. And we've also got some quality of life things, like if I go off to, grab a quick drink, I'll have the hang tight, be right back. If I need to change a screen where you guys can't see some of my private information, I've got the standby screen. And then finally, we have the stream ending thanks for watching screen, where I bid you adieu with a little bit of music and a big thank you to everyone else who has been supporting the channel. Keep in mind, if you haven't followed me on Twitch or Twitter already, that will give you a chance to enter the giveaway. Most of you already know I am giving away a free pro gaming headset. It's a HyperX Cloud Revolver. It's a heck of a headset, and if you look in the description down below, you can enter in, and all you have to do is follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, or follow on Twitter, or share it with friends, and you have a chance to win a free pro gaming headset. Now, on to the part you all have been waiting for, Overwatch and Learn. If you would like to have your own video reviewed by me, follow the instructions on the screen. Unfortunately, I've had to turn away quite a few videos because they've either been too poor of quality, people have cut out the first 5 minutes of a match. I can't imagine why someone would ever do that. And I've also, make sure to include your hero selection screen and turn on your team chat. That way I can see your team come together, because that's a huge part of it, not just the gameplay. Today we're going to look at Rogue Predator 05. He is a PlayStation Gold Hanzo main. Unfortunately, we don't have his current competitive stats. Overbuff.com, which is where I gather this information, has not yet updated it. So he likely hasn't completed this season's placement matches yet. All right, so let's jump right into it. Once again, we are doing this live, so if I end up eating my own words or stumbling over my words, just roll with me here. This is a long video, and I really want to try to get through it all. We may have to end up skipping a couple rounds. This is a control point, so if it goes to 5 and it looks like, 23 minutes, we might have to skip a couple rounds just to keep this video under 30 minutes. But yeah, let's get started. Once again, make sure to include that hero selection screen. We're going to have to go off the fly with this one. All right, you guys already know what I'm going to say here. I never go to the low ground, or if I do, it's only because, hey, I got to get on the point, I've got to force something, but stay on the high ground, right? So if you go back, we've got two separate options here. You can either go up that left side, which is my preference, take the high ground and shoot down on the point, or you can go over to this right side and you're just stuck. There are two doorways and you can just shoot right through them. There's an easy lane for you to snipe people through. On the low ground, there's nothing for you. So let's take a look and see what you end up doing with it. So you jump down to the low ground. And you're only proving my point. This is your lane to shoot through. This is your kill box. You're wasting your time down here, dude. So there's a Lucio down here in a narrow hallway. Dude, I hate this altercation already. You mess up your scatter arrow. He picks up the mega. It's not looking good. Ooh, no, you get... Okay. Once again, and the soldiers heading down there control the high ground. There's no point for you to be down there. Obviously, 1v1 versus Lucio. That's embarrassing. But it happens. You don't have space. You don't have anything to move around. That's what's going to happen. So personally, if I'm going to launch a sonic arrow, I'm going to launch it towards where I'm going. Looks like you're heading towards the left. Thank goodness. Take that high ground. Launch it towards the left, just so if you know there's an enemy is there. You can climb up the wall. It'll make it a little quicker. A little bit of waste of a scatter arrow. Didn't know if you saw that come down. Now stay on the high ground. Stay up there and keep shooting. No. Get back on the high ground. Wait a second. You're not playing with any crosshair. Now, this is nice. I've heard of people warming up with this. I think Braxu promotes it. I think it's like his idea is playing without a crosshair. But for me, that's not something you want to do consistently. especially in a competitive match. All right, let's look at it from this perspective. Let's say you've got someone. Now, just ignore everything that's going on in front of us. Let's say you've got someone all the way across the map, right? And they're, let's say, a Widowmaker all the way across the map, and that's their head. Right? If they're far away, you're not going to put your crosshair. I use the dot crosshair. So you're not going to put your dot right on top of them, right? You're going to have to gradually move it up depending on how far away they are. And that can also, obviously tell you your left or right deflection as well. Playing with no crosshair, that's not going to help you. It's neat for little flick shots. If you want to practice with it, go ahead, but don't do it in competitive, man. Personally, I don't think it's going to help that much. I don't use it as a warm-up technique, but especially don't do it in match. But hey, I mean, your accuracy isn't that bad. It's just when it comes to those really refined shots, it's not going to help you at all. Okay, good job getting back on the high ground. Once again, another scatter arrow into a bubble. Try to save that, but hey, you take him out anyways. Now stay up here. Don't jump down. You and your soldier both run away or run all the way around the map, and then you get off the high ground. Maintain that. Control that. That's your advantage. Because guess what? If the other team comes up there and shoots down on you, you're forced to move off the point. So you're sitting here. Go back up to the high ground again. Dude, if you watch my stream, you know I hate the climb mechanic too, so that's rough. So you've got your ult. That's nice. I wouldn't put it that far away. I'd put it right at the doorway so that way you know where they're coming. So like an instance like that, that's where I would really want, that dot crosshair so I know how much further I need to aim up. That's a better scenario from what I was talking about earlier. A little bit too far out in front with that scatter arrow. Make sure to put it right at their feet like we talked about in last week's video. And then here, if you were on the high ground, that would not happen. So Mercy reses. You didn't have your scatter arrow active there. That happens to me all the time. Too far out in front with that scatter arrow. Now get off. Get back. Get on the high ground and just shoot down on them. Make it painfully awkward for them to come and get you. Right now it's way too easy. Good. Get up on the high ground. Boom. Now that Winston can't touch you. Let your tanks get down there and contest the point. You've got a D.Va. You could... Nice shot on the Tracer. You could be up top getting easy shots off. And then if it comes to the point where you're the last one contest, so be it. That's not your job. I know it's a meme that soldiers don't get a lot, or Hanzo's. Nice flick. It's a meme that... Okay. Too many things going on here. First off, it's a meme that Hanzo's don't get objective time, but there's a reason for that. You're not a Reinhardt. You don't have a shield. You have the ability to climb. Use that mobility, and you're a sniper. Use that to your advantage. You're not sitting on the payload. Second, that was a terrible ult. I'll explain why. Okay, it's nice. You're trying to take out the Genji, trying to get everything stopped. But as you can already tell, you have opponents coming back into the map, right? So instead, launch that through this doorway, through that doorway, or launch it through this gate right here towards the enemy's staircase. Either way, you're going to be getting, if you don't get the kill, you'll at least get damage on them to where when they come to the objective, they'll be a lot weaker. What you did was potentially trying to hit a Genji over on this side of the map, and Genji's extremely mobile, and by the time you launch it, he's already over here. So you're wasting your time. Try to just zone off the point. There are a lot of times where I say, okay, screw it. I'll let my tanks take care of it. I'll let my other DPS take care of the guys on the map. I'm shifting my attention towards the future, towards the people that are going to be coming at me, because I can make an impact there, whereas your Zarya can't. They're too far away, right? I hope that makes sense. Tracer comes in. Looks like... Nice job getting some damage on there. Nice. So that's what I'm talking about. You probably could have gotten some easy damage on that Winston, but hey, it looks like you're going to cap this point pretty easy anyways. This is key. You got to get this kill. You got to get this kill, dude. Nice. Let's go ahead and fast forward on to this next map. Actually, we can take a look at your hero comp, hopefully. Zarya, D.Va, Mercy. I think you're still running Pharah. Yeah, that's not a bad comp. I think you're solo healing. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, solo healing. I really don't... I mean, obviously no one likes solo healing, right? But the only time it's actually kind of all right is in this scenario. Because you've got a D.Va, which can protect the Mercy, and a Zarya, which can protect the Mercy. So as long as you guys are really proactive about keeping her safe, this can turn out pretty well for you. Moving over to the left side, not a bad idea. You're all as a team. I would put that Sonic Arrow further out onto the point. And once again, same thing as last week. Yeah, I can already tell. I haven't watched this. You're dead. Right? You have no idea what's going on. Okay, Genji, he doesn't deflect, not sure what he's doing. You take him out. Your attention immediately should be focused on that fire coming from your right. Same thing as last week. Your attention should immediately shift over to the right. But instead, what you end up doing, same as last week, moving forward, and you get taken out. And it looks like your Zarya is even oblivious to it as well. So you're taking all this damage, she takes damage, you can hear all the gunfire, and you get a helix to the chest. Situational awareness. It's key, man. You don't have to have good aim. You don't have to have this precise settings. Everyone asks me all the time, hey man, what's your settings? What are you doing? It really doesn't matter that much. If you don't have the game sense down, the situational awareness down, you're screwed. Like right now. You've got a Genji and a Tracer. Obviously, you made a mistake that Genji wants you to shoot at him. He's probably going to deflect this back at you. Get out. You've got two flankers coming at you. Your first thing shouldn't be to turn around and try to get a nasty flick. It should just be, okay, turn around, jump over the wall. Where are my healers? Get out of here. But instead, that gets deflected into you, and game over. And your whole team's heading off to the left, so that's part of what's happened there.
I will not be defeated so easily.
So coming out of spawn, looks like he has finally got that Genji taken care of. Pharah's still with you. Everyone's pushing off to the left. Nice shot on the Tracer. I don't even have to say it. You guys know. Scatter arrows on stairs are terrible. Right? We talked about this last week. Okay, we're just going to put an imaginary crosshair right here, right? We know if we're going to put it there, scatter arrows are going to go all over the place. Nothing is going to happen. Right? So instead, crosshair here, aim off the sidewall. Deflect it into him. We talked about that. Or off the other sidewall. But instead, what you end up doing is either snapping it down and hitting some bottom stairs or that little lip of the doorway. Any of those are going to be too inconsistent. Just get rid of it. Put it off the sidewall. So you push forward, not sure where their team is. Nice shot on the soldier. Nice, good kill. Yeah, man, similar to last week, your aim is actually really solid. It's just your game sense. Yeah, good shot there too. It's just your game sense is bad. Once again, too far out in front with that scatter arrow. Even if that shield, that bubble didn't drop down, that's still too far out in front. Nice flick on the Tracer. Okay. Dude, I thought, maybe he's a Raxu fanboy when he was pulling some of that no crosshair stuff. You confirmed it. I mean, honestly, I hate to put it like this. Okay, obviously, mouse and keyboard has the advantage. You look super cool whenever you do it. If you have mouse and keyboard, you can snap over. It looks really fancy. But don't do that. Obviously, you're not hitting it. Obviously, you haven't mastered it. I mean, try it in quick play for all I care. And I say this in the most sincere way possible. People like you pulling stuff like that in competitive matches is the reason people throw when they see Hanzo mains. I'm just trying to be straight with you, man. You're sending me this video for a review, and if I'm trying to critique you to become a better competitive player, cut that crap out, because it doesn't work for you, and your teammates are going to hate you for it. Nice, saved your Mercy. Soldier's just kind of using his ult out of nowhere. Looks like, yeah, he got the Tracer out of that. Man, if only you had a crosshair right there to determine whether or not you were aiming at Mercy's head. Huh. Sorry to be harsh on you, man, but they put crosshairs in a game for a reason. Nice try, actually, going off the sidewall. That's not bad. See, right there, I would be spamming. Group up with me, and I would be pushing. You've got that Mercy right now, so you can have the Mercy pocket you while you go after her. Instead, she may get away. Or she continues to push by herself and you can headshot her. That works too. Not sure what happened to your soldier. Looks like he killed himself. Good shooting on the Genji. I would have saved that scatter arrow for right there to take out the Winston. Don't waste the scatter arrow. Just because you have it doesn't mean you should use it. Nice job getting on the high ground. That's the #1 way that I escape a Winston if he's ulting me. Nice job on the Tracer. And yeah, it's kind of a tough push. You had a lot of weird picks too early on in that fight. So it's pretty clear. They've got this point. It looks like only D.Va is left. Look up in the top right-hand corner. Mercy solo reses a D.Va out of mech, who then gets picked. And then Mercy gets picked. And then Zarya's running in. Zarya, don't use your ult, please. Please don't use your ult. Okay, she doesn't. She's dead. Just group up. Get out of there. Soldier's dead. Zarya's dead. No, don't do it! Your Zarya just said that she had her ult. You've got a D.Va walking straight towards you. She has nothing else on her mind but you. And then you do your little twirl, you glow blue and launch an arrow at her. What do you think she's gonna do? Yeah, man, that was a huge waste. I'd be pretty surprised if you guys turn the round around for a win. Now Zarya's rubbing it in that she has the ultimate ready, and yours is at 30%. You guys had a pretty easy push ahead of you, but then you pull that. Yep, you've got nothing up to pair it up with. No D.Va bomb. No dragon. Ooh, nice shot on the Tracer. Almost get the headshot on the McCree. But yeah, no, that looks like it's game over for you. See, that entire round could have turned around if you would have just saved your ult, said group up, don't go in and feed, and coordinate your ults. Once again, I'm not sure if you're on the voice channel. You don't have team chat on, so I can't hear what's going on in the mic channels. That was pretty bad, dude. All right, so 1-1. I don't want to give a 45-minute for the viewers. Capture points will now only be, best of 3. It'll only be a 3 round. So let's just go ahead and, for that purpose, let's go ahead and go on to round 5. See if I can find it. There we go. 2-2. I kind of figured by the timing that it would run that long anyways. Let's go ahead and see how you do in round 5. Team switched up a little bit more too. Let's take a look at that comp. So Genji, Winston, Hanzo. You've got 4 DPS and solo heals. Not sure how this is going to work out in your favor, but who knows? I actually do like, this is a really good comp for me. If I run Hanzo, Genji, Winston, Mercy, trade that out for, these two are interchangeable, right? I like both of these. Trade that out for a Zarya, and then one of the DPS out for, let's say, a Lucio. That's almost an unstoppable comp, right? If you have a consistent Hanzo getting picks, and then you've got Genji or Pharah diving in, and then Winston and Zarya, oh, it's pretty. So just something to think about if you can ever get on the voice comms and, sell your teammates on an idea. That one works out wonders for me. All right, so still sticking with the same comp as last round, or at least from what we could tell right off the bat. Now stop what you're doing. Your entire team looks like they're shifting off to the left. You're going off to the right by yourself, which is fine because I like the high ground of the right, but not if you're running by yourself, at least not in the beginning. Yeah, so you got a Reinhardt over there, and you can see all your teammate arrows on the left. Okay, they slide over. They're helping you out. Quick little thing. If a Genji is charging right at you, he wants you to shoot at him. Right? Unless you could get that first shot off through the door and get a little, cheeky shot on him. Right now, he is expecting to deflect. That is super predictable. So if you ever watch a lot of my streams, I'll just sit there and I'll call it out. I'll get one shot on a Genji and then I won't shoot again. I'll just keep my bow drawn. And I'll be like, he'll deflect now. and I'll just sit there and he just deflects and kind of looks at me funny while I don't shoot at him. So it's just a waste. You need to know that this is coming. This is too predictable. That's always what I say, right? I'll get one shot on him. He starts deflecting. I'm like, too predictable. I'll wait. He'll dash. I'll shoot him. Game over. This right here, too easy. If he deflects right, he can get an easy kill on you. But it looks like you guys are going to have the advantage. Already got 2 picks early on in the fight. Nice shot on the Tracer and on the Genji. Good job. Now I try to heal up and... Oh my god. Don't tell me you're one of those guys. Oh god. We've got so much to work on. I swear, if you jump on that thing the entire game, I'm going to lose my mind. Either way, nice job getting on the high ground. That really works out for you. If you're using a scatter arrow, once again, 400 damage. Don't be launching it up high. Aim lower. Right? Hey, you got a headshot. That's nice. But a headshot does what? 250 damage versus a scatter arrow on the ground can potentially one hit a Reinhardt. So where are you going? No, dude. Stay up on the high ground and take a bunch of shots. This is useless. You're not doing anything here. Okay, yeah, you get a cheeky shot on Genji, but all you're doing when you're jumping up and down nonstop, not only are you triggering me, but look, your opponents are going to see, okay, hey guys, it's round 5. We got to get our stuff together. I count 1, 2, 3, 4. We just picked one person over here. 5. Okay, we've got 5 people on the point, or we've got an early pick on 1, and we hear 1 over here jumping up and down and up and down and up and down. I see 4 people on point. Let's pick this idiot. No offense, dude. Let's pick this guy who's playing very poorly at the moment, and then we can push on 6v4. You're not helping your team out any here. So right here, that's where I would say, nice scatter arrow there on that Zen. Stay up here. Don't drop down. Don't drop down. Nice. Don't go back to the jump pad.
Come here and get stabilized.
And you... Why? Why do you do this to me? I can't even critique anything here, right? If you're making a bad play, so be it. I'll critique the bad play. Right now, you are wasting your time and your teammates' time because you're not contributing. You're not even trying to contribute and doing something wrong. You are wasting everyone's time.
Heroes never die.
And he goes back. It's like home. It's his comfort blanket. He can't leave it. So now you've got a Reinhardt over here. You waste your scatter arrow. And that's what I'm talking about. Easy pick for the enemy team, and now you guys are outnumbered. Let's see how this fight plays out. Looks like your Genji's doing some work. Good for him. But you're out of the fight for a long time. They've got 3 people on point. They get 2 more picks. Mei throws out her Blizzard. Well, looks like you guys might end up all right. See right there, I would have placed my ult straight through the middle of the point. And we'll just go back just so we can analyze that moment. So right here, you know you've got a Genji. Oh, you just found out about that Genji. You know you've got a Tracer on point. Someone's contesting. You can tell up here. You've got 2 people contesting the point. You can't really see that right now because it's kind of blurred. Most likely, people are going to be hiding inside of here, just kind of jumping in and out. So I would step over to your left, launch that ult to where it goes through the middle, through this thing right in here, to where it goes through their gate that they have to walk through, and then towards their spawn. So walk over to your left just a little bit, and you can take away all their hiding spots and the choke point. But you end up getting dove by the Genji. That's a good ult on his part. You potentially could have taken him out there with a well-placed ult. See right there? that ult would have came through and taken out, or at least damaged all of them and stopped their push.
My ultimate is ready.
So at this point, you've lost it. Everyone needs to come back, group up. Looks like your Winston jumps in after they've already lost the point. Boom, dead in a heartbeat. And you're doing the same thing. Just get out, run back, run away.
My ultimate is charging.
My ultimate is charging. Thanks.
Nice try with that scatter arrow. Once again, too far out in front. Somehow the enemy team is oblivious that you're just shooting arrows right by them. Looks like the Zenyatta sees you. Nice kill on the soldier. Good patience there, waiting for the Genji to deflect. So you're not bad whenever you know that he's deflecting. You just have to anticipate it better. At least you're disciplined enough not to shoot him. Nice. Nice job on the Tracer. Alright, looks like you guys, okay, instead of spraying, let's just go ahead and ult that, that same lane we talked about last time, right? Let's just ult that, then we can put the spray down after we've won the game. Because they can still come in, they've still got time. There they are. Oof. You got lucky. You got lucky. Okay, so at the end of the day, you ended up going, 42 and 16. You even highlighted up here. I didn't notice that. That was the name of your gameplay, was 42 and 16. Doing 42 and 16. Overall, hey, that's pretty good. That's almost like a 3.0 KD. But it's all bronze. Now, I guarantee you probably would have gotten a lot more kills and a lot fewer deaths if you weren't jumping on the trampoline the entire match. But hey, that's just me. Now, let's break this down with the good, the bad, and the ugly, as we always do. Moving on to the good. Hey man, you've got really good accuracy. Despite having no crosshair, and we've already talked about those Raxu memes, you can hit your shots. It's just a matter of where you are when you're taking those shots, whether you're with your team or completely alone. And sometimes you're shooting at the wrong targets. You'll be shooting at a Winston when it's getting pocketed by a Mercy instead of shooting at the Mercy. Moving on to the bad. Your scatter arrow placement, just like Don't Hate the Play, the guy I reviewed last week. His scatter arrows were consistently too far out in front, and you were doing the same thing. The other bad was the use of high ground. Way too inconsistent. The first part of the match, you were trying to go underneath. You got picked by the Lucio. The other times, you were pretty inconsistent. You'd be on the high ground, and then you would jump down immediately, and that's not going to help your case at all. And then finally, the ugly. And sorry, man, but I'm going to spend a lot of time here. I know you were probably excited because, hey, Icemanisaac is reviewing my video. At least I hope you feel that way. You had a good match, right? You had a lot of kills, pretty few deaths, around a 3-0 KD ratio. Hey, that's all good. But there are so many things that you need to work on before you become a better player. And I'm not even sure if you truly are trying to become a better player or if you're just screwing around. I don't know. We'll get onto that in the last point. First thing is situational awareness. Same thing that happened to Don't Hate the Play last week happened to you a lot today as well, in terms of target prioritization, shooting at the wrong targets, in terms of having a soldier shooting you to the right, not even realizing it, getting picked early. Things like this, it's not really a mistake, right? It's not a missed shot. It's not something that, oh, I messed that up. It should be immediate. There's no excuse for having bad situational awareness. The second thing is Dragon Strike placement. And not just placing your Dragon Strike into a Diva matrix, but I'm talking about you can use that Dragon Strike earlier to zone off a point. You can use it to, stop enemies coming in at the end of a round. And you especially don't want to pull that Raxu crap where you try to flick it and then end up sending it off the map. It's a waste. And it really all comes down to discipline, right? So you're wasting ults. You're going in solo. And then you're wasting an ult at the end of a round into a Diva matrix when you could have used that to win it, 3 in a row right there. And then doing that crap where you're just sitting on a jump pad for half the freaking match. you're doing nothing for your team there. And then you're always running around throwing your sprays everywhere, which is kind of annoying. But hey, man, I really appreciate you sending in your video, right? I feel like there's a lot to be learned. But if you're thinking like, gosh, no, I should be a diamond player, I should be a masters player, take a step back and really look at what you're doing. Because I'll be honest, man, I would never want to be your teammate. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, right? If you have, let's say, bad skills, like you can't aim that well, but man, you are disciplined. You're sticking on that high ground. You're calling out teammates. You're doing your job. I can work with that. But when you're just, tooling around, running in every chance you get, wasting your ults, not grouping up with your team, but hey, man, you can do that cool Raksu ultimate flick shot, or I put down my sprays a lot, or I can jump on the trampoline and get a shot on a Genji. I don't want to work with that. And like I mentioned earlier, frankly, that gives Hanzo's a bad name. And sorry if that's kind of a bad note to end things off on, but hey, man, you're a skilled player. I really think you can be a good player if you would just wind it in and play more disciplined. For everyone else, sorry if I seemed a little disappointed with this review. It was kind of frustrating to review. I think, those of you who are watching this now could understand, especially from my perspective, how this is eating away at me. But hey, that's part of it. Who knows? You may send me another video in a couple months and you'll completely have changed your playstyle. Your accuracy may be the same, but you're playing a lot more disciplined. I'd love to see you up in Diamond and Masters. And I have all the confidence in the world that you can do that, right? Because when I was emailing you, you had some issues with your previous uploads, right? The quality, and you were spot on, man. You were quick. You were emailing me back. I know you want to get better, but you're just not going to get better doing some of that cheeky, undisciplined stuff you're doing right now. So I really hope you turn it around. For anyone else who would like to have their video reviewed, be sure to check out the instructions on the screen right now. If you'd like to critique my gameplay, be sure to stop by my Twitch stream. I stream almost every day of the week. And there's only about 1 week left on the headset giveaway. So if you have not entered already, be sure to go to that Gleam link in the description below and sign up by subscribing on my YouTube, following on Twitter, following on Twitch, and sharing it with your friends. That's all I've got for you guys today. I'll catch you next time. See ya.